and welcome to Titanium Talks Tarot. And today I'll be doing Are You Knocking Yourself Out of Your Intuitiveness this week, and how? So for this, I'll be using some concepts from Superconscious Education brought to us by Chris Duncan. I'll also be using my intuition. And with that being said, my gorgeous triple series, let's get into the cards. Well, not cards, just concepts today. So I would like to say that today I'm feeling all sorts of ways. I got like an intense emotional download, an intense intuitive download, and I'm like, holy shit, what's going on? But I mean, I was gonna make it short, and then I'm like, you know what? No, I put myself. I did everything. I set everything up. I'm like, why don't I just make the entire video while I'm at it? So that's why I'm getting the whole video and not just the short. But yes, with that being said, my gorgeous triple tears, let's get into the concepts before I continue rambling on. So the first group of individuals I will be pulling for are my perfectionists. The perfectionists are the ones who intuitively know how things should be done in order for them to turn out great, right? So please, angels and guides, show me a superconscious. Show me a yes. Show me a no. Show me a maybe. Okay. So are my perfectionists knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? Again, a no. Which is great. No. No, maybe. So how are they maybe knocking themselves out? Please. Choice through default, and you're trying to avoid being conscious in the moments you need to be conscious. You're deciding to not do so, which is interesting. Choice through default. So, my perfectionist, you are knocking yourself out by choosing to default and by avoiding being conscious. So you're trying to be subconscious about things, and yet you're choosing to default. So you're not following your intuition, you're following what the outer conditions are making you feel like you need to abide by. That is bizarre, but okay. Hey, it's your life. Anyway, now on to my helpers, alright? So the individuals who intuitively know how things should be, how to assist anyone in any situation at any point in time, alright? So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my helpers. Are they knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? I get a yep. Maybe. Yeah, it's a yep and a maybe. Yep and a maybe. So how might they be doing this, my God, angels, and guides? Conscious, pointing upwards. You are trying to consciously, like, you are referring back to what you've done before, what you've been taught. Which can kind of be like your intuition, but it's not intuitive enough for it to come naturally at the bat. So you're going back to your textbooks and you're like, okay, so I need to do this, this, and this, and this, but you're not following your intuition. So because of that, you might actually be knocking yourself out of your prime, out of what you would normally do, is what I'm getting. Okay, now onto my achievers, the individuals who intuitively know how to set goals and go about achieving them one by one. Okay, so these angels and guides are 9 achievers knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week. I get a yep and a maybe. So how are they yep and maybe knocking themselves out? That was a solar Um, well, you aren't resolving a negative belief about yourself, so mm, but you're choosing through default because so maybe someone has told you something that they think is negative about you to help to make you try to change something within yourself, but you're like, I ain't falling for that trick. But you though are choosing so you're confident in yourself, but you feel like you have no other option but to do something because there's no other visible options. I feel like what you should be doing is just using your intuition and being like, okay, tell me when the right time to move is, or tell me what the right move is next, you know? So that is for my achievers, right? So I've done perfectionists, helpers, and achievers up to date. Now on to my individualists. The individuals who intuitively know what to put in the center of attention, how to keep it there, and what is currently the center of attention. Okay? So please, God, angels, and guides, and what's the highest good, who has a message for my individualists? Are they knocking themselves out? Again, nope. Yes, maybe. No, yes, maybe. No, yes, maybe. It's like I feel like it's like a breeze. So, like no, that what I saw were like tall grass, um, waves of tall grass. You know, how the wind has a way of playing in like tall grass, and the effect it gives is like kind of like. Also, you see it in like animal fur. Uh, so it's like you're going with the motions of the ocean. You would also see it in like waves. Um, but so how are they knocking themselves out? You are being indirect of what? So my individualists who know what to put in the center of attention, you're not actually putting that thing that needs to be in the center of attention in the center of attention. You are indirectly trying to do so, which is odd. You have someone who is particular about things and that you're trying to please, but you're also trying to please the the mass of the population at the same time, or the better part of your group. That is interesting. I also got another thing, but it's something to do with your intuition. I lost it. Anyway, so yeah, that is what I'm getting from my individualist. So now on to the investigators, the individuals who intuitively know what to research to get the answers that they are seeking, how to research it, how long, and so on and so forth, right? So please, God, angels, and guides, are my investigators knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? I get a yep, maybe, and a nope. So that's what I was getting for the other group. Is that there are three groups of you, which is what I'm getting from my individualists and investigators are getting this. There are three groups of you. So, which means that due to the fact that there's three groups of you, you're going to have to pick and choose in which one you lie, in which one you fall. Or maybe is it saying that you are going to be in all three of them at, what was that? That was, I don't know if you guys heard that, but something moved in my thing, in my bookcase. I don't know if that's a ghost. I don't know if that's someone trying to tell me something, or it might have been a confirmation for someone. In any case, what I'm trying to say must have been confirmation. So, for the individualists and the investigators, you have three different groups. You have to pick where you lie. You might fall in this category, in these groups, in different times during the week. Just keep that in mind. So, please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my investigators. How might they be putting themselves in all of these swaps? You're trying to avoid a conditional choice, so you're doing everything to avoid it, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. I don't even know what I mean, but it's going to make sense to you, and that's what's important. Because I'm just a messenger. I have no clue what this is putting forth. Anyway, now onto my loyalists. The individuals who intuitively know how to stay loyal to things, what to stay loyal to, for how long, and how to get others to be loyal to it as well. So, please, God, angels, and guides, are my loyalists knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness? No. Maybe. Yes. So, again, three groups. You're gonna have to choose where you fall, or at what time you fall into that category. So you better keep your wits about you. That's what I'm getting. What I got is you are not following universal signs, and you are trying to be direct about what you want to manifest into your reality. Now, on to my enthusiasts. I'm trying to do this quick because it's kind of hot here, and yesterday my video did not upload, or did not show because of the heat, so I'm just trying to keep it real. So now on to my enthusiasts. The individuals who intuitively know what to be enthusiastic about, how to be enthusiastic about it, and how to get others enthusiastic about it as well. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good, are my enthusiasts knocking themselves out? I get a yep and a maybe. So how are they knocking themselves out? Reacting versus responding, universal signs. And are you so are you reacting to universal signs instead of responding to universal signs? And your reactions, you're trying to be conscious about them, or when you realize that you're reacting and you are shifting to responding, you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to have to be methodical, I'm going to have to be conscious about what I do at every given moment, because or else I might put myself in a ditch. Okay? That is interesting. So now on to my protectors, the individuals who intuitively know what to protect, how to protect it, how long to protect it for. So please, God, angels, and guides, are my protectors knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? I get a maybe, I get a yes, and no, so, sorry, I get a yes, a no, and a, yeah, yes or no. So you are either doing one or the other. There's also a slight tinge of a maybe. This is bizarre. Well, again, three groups, three tiers. You're going to have to pick where you are at every given time. So you're going to have to use your consciousness about that. So, yet again, universal signs and responding versus reacting. I'm doing my protectors. Okay, so the protectors, you are trying to respond, but you're reacting instead because of something that has surprised you, and you are reacting to a universal sign, and then you're trying to respond, because you're like, okay, first you consciously are like, you need to respond, but then intuitively you're like, no, I need to, no, okay, so you are, yeah, you're reacting on your conscious level, but you're like, okay, so I'm seeing universal signs, they're showing me that I need to respond instead. I have no clue how this is gonna go down, but you'll know. Okay, now onto my chameleons, the individuals who intuitively know what intuitive style to use in any given situation. Okay, so please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good, what the message from my chameleons? Are they knocking themselves out? I get a maybe, a yes, and a slight tinge of a no. So three groups, fit yourself where you apply is what I'm getting. And how are they doing all of this? Well, it's going to depend on every single one of you, because every one of you is going to have a different circumstance. So I feel like, yeah, it's like, yeah. Well, what I'm seeing, what I wanted to peep out is choice through default. So make sure that you are making decisions based on your own choosing instead of making choice through default is what I'm getting. So, my gorgeous triple tiers, this is all that I have for you guys this week for this video series. If you like this and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price for private readings, as well as the email you can send donations to on PayPal if you feel so called. And with that being said, my gorgeous triple tiers, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye.